This is Eric Cartman from South Park, Colorado, and you're listening to Stack My Balls, a South Park review that's pretty cool.
Suck my balls, Kyle. No, he has to suck my balls!
You like to suck my balls, don't deny it.
Oh, suck my balls, you ginger Jew rat hall monitor! Punk-ass stoolie, who the do you think you are? Suck my balls, K-10. That's right, suck my Canadian balls! Suck my balls! No, you suck my balls! Thanks, everybody. Suck my balls! Yeah, whatever, you can suck our balls. Suck my balls, 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 suck my balls.
How would you children like to suck on my chocolate salty balls?
Oh, you mean like a chocolate candy?
No, I mean my balls.
Yes. Yes!
Ladies and gentlemen, that's right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
To suck my balls. Suck my balls.
Suck my balls. A South Park review. Critically acclaimed in our own minds. A show that has done, in fact, 10,000 download alone just for one episode. So you know people listen to this show. And we thank you, we thank you for continuing to listen to our show. I'm your host, Naheen. I can't be beat. I'm your guy who's high where the air is dry. Your boy, MSG. You can follow me on the Twitter, Instagrammer, Matthew_Schaffer. Each and every week, I'm joined by two guys who like to think about themselves in a high claim of manner. You know, they hold themselves in high esteem. Because we as humans and individuals, if we ourselves cannot have our own best interest, then who else will? Nobody. But I'm here to tell you, they are to have your best interest when it comes to a South Park review. First up on the scene, he's the OG, the Mac Daddy, the S to the C, the double OP, the Tombow, the Tombow. Okay, look at that. Scoop's getting into it. He's got his own little scoopity doopity doop dipper. Scoop Jackson. He's back, a.k.a. his real name, Ian. What's up, buddy?
Another day in paradise, right?
We're back. It's a little hot here in Arizona. It's up into the hundreds now.
Gas is fucking $5.
It's ridiculous, but we're surviving. Ladies and gentlemen, also back. He's probably hanging out in Colorado. Based on my experience there, they haven't hit the peak summer, so they're still at about the 80 to 85 range is probably their high right now, if it gets that high yet. But it's beautiful, probably there. Nice wind chill factor. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this podcast as well. He's dirty, he's sexy, as well as he's got a degree in thugonomics, punkonomics, and apparently ergonomics. I just found out he knows how to properly sit. Ladies and gentlemen, he's back. Dirty Joe Vernola.
I only know how to properly sit because I got myself an ass cushion. And it was like a knockoff one. And the ad literally asked if I had a sultry ass. And that alone, shut up and take my money. You clearly have poor localization in your ads, but it's worth it.
They got you.
They totally got me with this soldier. I'm like, yes, actually, you know what? I do have swamp ass.
Swamp. It's like Niagara Falls going down my ass crack. Swamp ass is a great segue here as we invite you to suck our balls each and every week for another edition.
They're extra vinegary.
Extra vinegary. So for those who haven't figured out yet, and maybe this is your first time listening to the podcast because you saw one of my social media shares, advertisements, whatever. This is the South Park Review. We review the podcast in linear. Yes, linear. One by one, episode by episode, season by season. And we are back for what would be the girls' type of adventure this week, as the girls are encountering their newfound sexuality, you might say, that they also are influenced in such a manner which might one might strike them as a whore. And in this case, a stupid, spoiled whore. As we review Season 8, Episode number 8. No, I'm just kidding. Season 8, Episode number 12. The 123rd episode overall of South Park. Our 126th podcast. And our 100 and probably 300th plus time I'm telling you to suck my balls. Cause my back. You guys ready?
Always.
This episode, we don't see the boys. I mean, we see them, but I think when Stan says, "Oh, thank God," is the only time we hear him talk.
Yeah, so this is
other than Cartman.
So, guys, we're gonna normally, like, if you've listened to our podcast before, we do try to keep it under an hour because we don't really have a lot of established characters other than like really Wendy in this episode. There's not a lot of different plot points going on. Yeah, you got Butter's side thing going on, but those were very minuscule little points. Mostly, it's just Wendy about the fact that she's not happy with Paris Hilton. I mean, it's kind of all one story, realistically.
I think that kind of discounts the B story of Butters.
That's what I'm saying. I'm discounting it. It's very small. It's very minute.
And I think it's a bigger part than but agree to disagree.
I think it has a place in regards to bringing Paris Hilton to the party, which we'll get to. But other than that, it really doesn't have, it's not like a big, they're not focusing on Butters a lot in that. You know, they do quick flashes of comedy where he's, you know, we'll get into it, but he's not like the big arc of the story, which is really founded on this stupid, spoiled whore mall, which let's get into because disturbed, if you will, by the corruptive influence of Paris Hilton, has gotten all the little girls in South Park and one of town's favorite challenge as far as there's another whore we also know, Mr. Slave. And Mr. Slave and Paris Hilton are going to come toe to toe because Paris Hilton has influenced all these little girls.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. So this episode starts out with in the South Park Mall, and we see Paris Hilton store is coming to a opening, right? It's the brand new grand opening of the stupid spoiled whore store. And Wendy, Baby, Jesse are all walking around, if you will. In the South Park Mall, we see kind of a small crowd, including Wendy, Baby, Jesse, and the other girls who are gathering around to see the brand new store that's opening. And that's stupid, spoiled whore. But really, they're there to see Paris Hilton, because I guess it seems like it's going to be some sort of surprise, right? She's just making an appearance in the mall. Now, Wendy is kind of like, who the fuck is this? Like, I've never heard of Paris Hilton. And they're like, oh my God, Paris Hilton's so great. And then she's like, okay, but what does she do? She's totally stupid, spoiled, and snobby, and she's a whore. And then Wendy's like, okay, but, you know, what does she do?
She's a whore!
Right, and then that guy just pops up in the background with this camera, and he goes, she's a whore!
Who I've always figured was a paparazzo.
Paparazzi, yeah, exactly. So that's a great question, though. Even till this day, like I know Paris Hilton eventually, right? She put out her own perfume, probably, and her own makeup line or stuff like that. But when she was first starting out, other than going to parties and being a rich kid, she really didn't do anything.
She's not a terrible DJ nowadays. She's not great, but she's not terrible.
No, I'm not saying she wasn't, but we're talking about the context, right? 2004.
Yeah. And
what does she do? What does she do? Yeah, she did
right. Spoiled horse.
Yeah, and you were saying like nowadays she's doing X, Y, and I was just adding.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. The DJ part, I think I had read that, but yeah, you know, like I said, she's grown up and all that, and I'm sure. But again, she's also the type of person that she's never going to have to worry about money. She has that freedom and ability to do whatever she wants because she was born into wealth like that.
I wish my name were on like however many hotels it's on around the world.
Right.
They're expensive to stay at too.
I know, dude.
And they're not even that nice.
They're not even that nice.
Yeah, forever.
It's a good point. It's a good point. So after this, Wendy's appalled by all this blatant objectification of women, as far as all the whore outfits and paraphernalia it's available for such young women to purchase, right? I don't think Wendy's even too much upset. I mean, she's always upset about the objectification, but she's more upset about the fact that it's being targeted at her market of age, right? Her young adolescent age, which eventually can potentially lead to maybe not the best outcome long-term career-wise, education-wise, long-term life-wise. But, of course, Paris Hilton is here to show that you can be a skank and be successful, right?
Probably not without money, though. You probably got to have money. Yeah.
Good point. So Paris Hilton's like, let me get the fuck out of here. She bounces. She gets the fuck out of there. She gets in the car, and she's got these animals that she continues to have over and over. Their pets. Well, the pets are so, I guess, fed up with Paris Hilton that the pets kill themselves each time. She's even got a book about it. And she screams out, "Another one killed it! Another dog killed itself!" And of course, the limo driver is not surprised at all. So let's go to a couple clips here to start off this episode here, and let's see what's popping, rocking, jocking, stocking, eating some chippity chocking. I don't know. Sorry. Let's jump to the clip here.
Come on, Wendy, we're gonna miss it. We're gonna miss what? Paris Hilton is making an appearance at the mall. Who's Paris Hilton? Who's Paris Hilton? You don't know?
Hello, everyone. The Guest Clothing Company is pleased to have as its new spokesperson and model a woman all you young ones can look up to, Miss Paris Hilton.
Wow, that's really her. Paris, over here. I don't get it. What does she do? She's super rich. But what does she do? She's totally spoiled and snobby. What does she do?
She's a whore.
She's a whore.
Hey, everyone. Sorry if I'm a little spent. I did
This
a
part's
whole lot of
disgusting right
partying
here.
last night with a lot of different guys.
Yeah. Oh, come.
Anyway, I'm pleased to be here in South Dark to announce the
South
opening of my
Dark.
brand new store. A
I'm
store
thinking
where
it's
girls
South
can buy
Dark.
everything they need to be just like me. Stupid, spoiled whore. Have fun, girls, and remember to party and be super lame to everybody. Bye.
Give it to everybody.
Wow, you really sound like a dumb brat, baby. Thanks, Annie.
God,
Okay,
get
so
me
here's now
out of
Paris
this
in the car. Oh, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
What a bunch of rednecks.
There you go. This is the dog.
Everybody's so fucking lame. Except for you, my little Tinkerbell. You love me very much, don't you? How much you love me? I'm gonna dress you up like a bunny, and then I'm gonna dress you up like a little princess. You're mine forever. Whatever. Oh, hey,
Whatever.
Nancy. Oh, another
Okay, so
stupid
now for
store
those
opening in some
listening to
lame
podcast,
cowboy
I'm gonna
town.
for a second.
Oh,
The
it's so
dog,
freaking
as
stupid. This
Paris
whole
Hilton in
town
the
stinks
background
like
is talking
cows.
about flashing them and
I can't
whatnot,
wait to get out of here,
sneaks in here
Brody.
to the
Kind of
limo
lamest
driver's
stores, too.
area, and
I'm gonna
apparently
go
the limo
to
driver
Rome
has a
for the
gun,
weekend, I
probably
think.
for
I
safety,
don't know,
makes
Rome
sense
or Tokyo.
security-wise.
Either way, it'll be totally
Pulls the
boring.
gun out
Stupid.
of the pocket with its mouth, and then slowly climbs
I need to
back
get
over to
wasted. I haven't
Paris'
had a
side. So
drink
the
in like
dog chooses to
14
kill
minutes.
itself
Why is
in
everybody
front
so
of
stupid
Paris.
Anyway?
Now the dog picking up the
I
gun.
flashed all these hicks my boobs. You should have seen the look on their faces. Stupid redneck
And out to an
idiots.
Oh, dear.
Another dog killed itself.
Hey, Jesse. Hey, Cal. Do you guys mind if I hang out with you?
Another dog killed itself. Oh, poor Harris. Sorry, poor Paris. Whatever. Poor Paris. She can't get a break.
Poor dog.
Poor dog. Poor fucking dog. That's a good point too. All right. So after as you heard, the limo driver was not surprised. So now later in the day, Wendy starts to go over to her friend's house, and she's like, "Hey guys, you want to hang out? Want to do stuff?" All my other friends all the other girls are acting weird, and the girls are all like, "Yeah, we totally get it." And then Wendy's all like, "You guys want to go to a museum?" And they're like, "No, that sounds lame. I've got an idea. Let's make a sex tape with the stupid spoiled whore video playset." And they, of course, also South Park kind of makes a reference here at the time to Paris Hilton's sex tape that was kind of scandal that had come out.
Sex tape.
And what's interesting is this is 2004, so this is really, I'd say, where social media is starting to take off more. MySpace is big, kind of, at least it was for me. I was in high school, so at least I'd have to say that people were talking. I'd start seeing more news articles, more online things. So online was booming more, right? So when this came out, I remember everybody trying to get that sex tape. Like, yo, can you find it on the internet? Video of the Paris Hilton sex tape is great. Let's watch it. And then you watch it, and you're just like, it's not even that good.
Right? It wasn't even that good.
No, it really wasn't.
Wasn't that good. So for everybody that made a big deal out of it,
fuck you.
Like, she gives like the worst
fellatio.
Fellatio ever. And then like when they finally get down to
Is it thawing? That's what I remember.
A, it's all night vision. B, it just like
it was bad. It was definitely not a good.
It was terrible.
Let's just say the Kardashian and Ray J video, though.
Ooh, yeah.
Ray J was holding it down. He was ready to make that video.
Kim was banging.
I hate them.
Celebrity videos that came out when we were in our young 20s. So later in the day now, we also...
Ray J, I go hard in paint.
Fuck.
Y'all wish you were...
For those on the audio, maybe this never gets released, Joe's making grotesque, sexually explicit gestures right now.
I'm basically making the facials and the reactions that Ray J made in this video while he's going down on Kim.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right, so after that sex tape scene, we then jump over now to, of course, Paris Hilton. She's upset. She's crying. Well, as her and the limo driver are driving down the road still, they notice Butters, who's outside playing with his toys, Lou, or some apples or whatever. Lou, you got some apples. Lou, I got some too.
Lou, got some apples.
And she sees Butters, and she decides that she wants to take him home, guys. She wants to purchase another human being.
Videotape of us having sex with boys. What?
So let's cut over now to the scene of the Wendy Paris Hilton sex stuff, and then of course Butters wanting to be purchased by Paris Hilton.
I just got the stupid spoiled whore video playset.
Stupid spoiled whore.
Video playset.
Video playset.
We can make videos that get out on the internet. Yeah.
Stupid spoiled whore.
You didn't catch that the first time, yeah. That's why I pointed it out when we watched it earlier. Put it on the
Stupid
internet.
Spoiled Whore video playset comes with video camera, night vision filter, play money, losable cell phone, and 16 hits of ecstasy.
That's my favorite part.
Let everyone see your cooch.
I'm pretending to be calling my friends on the cell phone while my man waits for more sex. You're a stupid spoiled whore. Where are you going, Wendy?
It's all right, Miss Hilton. We'll find you another dog. There now. Let's just get you back home, shall we?
So stupid.
Wait, stop the car! Stop the car, you fucking moron! Look at how cute! I want that!
And so before I forget, that top-down night vision, that like top-down POV shot before she's like, I'm gonna make a second, blah blah blah, where it looks like that, like for the last 18 years, that specific clip has just always been like a little too disturbing. Like I know they were going for what they were going for. With
Oh, right, because like later on, I know what you're talking about, because later on when they update the intro, this clip gets flashed a lot. So like, out of context flash clip, you're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, you're right. It does get used in the open.
Yeah, it gets used in the open for many years until they updated it like a couple years ago, whatever it was.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump back now to Butters. You're good.
Lou, I've got some apples.
Lou.
Too.
It's adorable!
It is.
Take some apples off, take off her clothes, and Lou.
I forgot that part.
I'm gonna feed you and take care of you and call you Mr. Biggles.
My name's Butters.
Driver, put Mr. Biggles in the car. I want to find a bear costume for him. Won't he be so cute dressed up as a bear?
Paris, I believe this is somebody's child.
I want it!
I don't think you can actually...
I want it! I want it!
All right. Come on, young man.
Well, I'm sorry, ma'am. I'd like to be your boyfriend and all, even though you have kind of a big nose. But my parents told me never get into a car with a stranger.
Well, did they say anything about limousines?
Actually.
Butters, never get into a car with a stranger. Unless it's a limousine.
Oh, yeah, actually, they did say that'd be all right.
Fuck. I just like how his dad had the forethought to tell him, never get in a car with strangers. That's the limousine Butters. Well, in this case, Butters got in that car, guys, and he's on his way. Making his way downtown, walking past, looking. Anyway, that applesauce song, I didn't even realize it. Lou, I got some apples. Lou, you got some too. Lou, let's take off our clothes and make some applesauce. Lou.
Let's make some applesauce, boy.
Because technically, like, it is a song about food, but it's also a song about sex. If you didn't get it.
If you didn't get it.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. Now, so Wendy's pissed, obviously, by all of her friends doing this and whatnot. So Wendy decides to go home, talk to her parents about it, right? Talk to her dad. And her dad's kind of really passive about it. Oh, well, it sounds like you got a whole lot of stuff going on. Why don't you sit down with your mother and let's eat some food or whatever it was. And then Wendy's like, Dad, I'm going to go down to the mall and buy a thong. And he was like, what? And this this gets his attention. I immediately looked at Scoop and I was like, this is you. I was like, if your daughter ever decided to do that, you'd march down there, and then once the hot chick started like rubbing all over you, you'd be like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So that's what happens. So dad goes down there and he's like, trying to scold the other parents. Like, why are you letting your daughters, why are you buying these clothes?
Baby.
Why are you buying these clothes for your daughter? And the parents are like, I'm not going to let my kid fall out of trend and be made fun of at school. So the dad's all like, but these are our girls. Like, these are our precious things. And then the whores basically come in and tell him that we're going to be whores. And the dad obliges. He buys the shit, Joe.
Yeah, he does. He buys it all.
He becomes himself a whore enabler.
Yes, yeah, he becomes an enabler. He got played. He
gets played here. All right, so let's jump to that scene here of them the dad coming in to the store.
Oh my God! Mrs. Falk, you're buying this stuff for your daughter?
It's what's in right now. I can't have my little girl be the only one not in the trend. She'll be unpopular.
Unpopular? If she's not a whore? But these are our girls.
These are girls.
I think it's empowering for them. I mean, sure, if a man wants to be a whore, it's normal. But if a woman wants to be one, it's wrong.
Fair point.
Yeah, well, when a man pees standing up, it's normal. But when a woman does it, it's weird.
It is weird, but I'll give you that.
But then at the same time,
like when men shave their balls, it's fine. But when a woman does it, she's strange.
That is weird.
That is a lie.
Oh, I didn't catch that the first time.
That's how it's
from now on, so you just get used to it.
Yeah,
Weird.
will you buy me that purse I want over
Wait,
there?
wait,
I'll do
wait.
anything because I'm a whore.
Oh, sure, I can buy a purse.
Dad?
No, Wendy, I think they're right. You see, you have to believe in the rights of women.
Oh, yeah.
For too long, they've had to live a double standard. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry I've been so chauvinistic, Wendy. From now on, you can have whatever you want from this store. I'll help make you the stupidest, most spoiled whore of them all.
Hooray! All right, so there's a couple things I know we want to discuss that scene. So first off, the first two arguments the lady makes, good. Yes, it would be kind of weird if a chick peed standing up, but with advancements in medicals or with science and technology, they do make things that women can do it now. So like, it's really not that weird if a woman was in another bathroom and she did it and she's by herself. I don't think it's weird. Whatever, you can do whatever you want. I mean, I guess it is a little weird as a man, but still. As a man who also pees standing up, it doesn't freak me out if people did that. So like, that's not weird. But the part about the balls thing, if a woman shaves her balls,
is it weird because she has balls?
No, it's weird because she's got balls and a vagina. That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I was like, see, like, that is not how I... That is not how I took that at all. I'm like, wait a minute. You guys are like down for like just the massive 70. Like, we'll talk about that off air, but God.
Yeah, no. I was saying if she's got balls, if she's got both parts, lady balls, then yeah, I think that would be kind of weird.
It's 2022. People could do whatever they want. I'm just not into it.
This is 2004, okay? This is when we're reviewing this episode.
God damn it.
This is the context of the episode. Did you want to say anything else, Joe? You look like you wanted to say something about this scene.
No, not at all.
Okay. All right. So moving on after that, as you heard, now the Wendy's dad is all in onto it. So now we go back to school. The girls are now they're wearing skimpy outfits. Even Wendy, who's tried to blend in, the girls still aren't accepting of her as a newfound whore. They're like, we're going to go to a party. We're going to have a party and we're going to do ketamine. Do you even know what ketamine is? And Wendy's like, yeah, actually I do know what ketamine is. And she's like, see, we don't even know what ketamine is. We're whores, which is obviously a drug. Very hard. I mean, isn't that what's like isn't it still big now, ketamine?
It is. And ketamine is great. Yeah.
When my daughter broke her arm, they gave her ketamine.
Yeah, so it can be used. It can be used as a sedative. It's used a lot therapeutically. They can use it on horses and shit too. It's used as a tranquilizer, but there's like also some mental health uses.
Oh, that's right. I
and
think I know
stuff,
people
too.
I know people who had like schizophrenia who might have taken small doses of that or something like that.
Yeah, I've got a couple friends that took ketamine therapeutically. So
Right. Small doses, obviously, and then
you
would know when he was off his rocker if he took too much. You'd be like, bro, you took too much today. I think you need to go home, watch TV, and draw. Don't go out in public.
Yeah, see, that's when you throw on a video of the Aurora Borealis and some like nice
music.
Yeah,
he'd listen to a lot of music for sure.
Yeah, you just go down a hole for a few hours.
And he'd sit there and he would draw. So I was like, that's fine. At least that's constructively healthy. You're not hurting anybody or yourself when you're doing it. And if you're at your house. However, so back at school now, the girls are now planning a stupid spoiled whore party. And they're invited all these boys. Oh, yeah, I like to get a piece of that. That's what I'm talking about. Some chocolate thunder, blah, blah, blah. Of course, Eric does not get invited. He walks by multiple times, and the girls don't say anything.
Not even one.
Oh, my God, Eric, we should invite him to the party. Following that, then Butters takes home Paris Hilton to his parents because Paris Hilton wants to buy Butters. She wants to take Butters home with him. So she offers the Stotches $200 million, and they spit out their coffee, and Butters like, please don't make me come there, Hilton. So they offer $200 million. Butters takes Paris Hilton up to his room. She passes out. Butters plays with his vagina, pokes at it. It's squishy.
Yeah, it's squishy.
Yes. And then the Stotches itself go on about discussing what's going to happen, whether or not they're going to take the money. So let's go ahead and we'll jump to that next scene here.
Butters, you're dating Paris Hilton? Grounded, mister.
I'm sorry.
Sweetheart, isn't Paris Hilton worth a lot of money?
Chris, she's more than twice Butters' age.
Yes, and more than 3 billion times his net worth. Everybody adores that girl, darling. We should be nice to her, too, especially if she's in love with our son.
Paris, would you like to have some cocoa with us?
With schnapps and scotch.
Oh, she rubbed the cum all over the carpet.
So, Paris, I understand you're from the prestigious Hilton family. Very nice hotels.
I gotta get out of here. This place is stupid. Where am I? Oh, I want to take Mr. Biggles with me.
With you where?
To live with me forever and ever, you dumb broad. How much?
How much? For Butters?
Butters is our son.
He's not for sale.
It's not for sale.
I'll give you $200 million for it.
Excuse me?
That's a lot of
I
money.
said I'll give you $200 million for it. I'll write you a check for Mr. Biggles right now.
Chris, is she serious?
Butters, why don't you take Paris up to your room for a little while? Mommy and Daddy have to talk.
Mom, Dad, I love you. Please don't sell me to Paris Hilton.
Butters, right now!
So they discuss it and they go back and forth here. Here's Butters now with Paris Hilton and she's passed out.
Dad, room's all spinny. I'm totally passing out.
Butters. Folks. That's squishy. All right, now back at school.
Hey, baby. I heard you were having a party tonight. You wouldn't be interested, Wendy. My parents are out of town, so it's a stupid spoiled whore party. I'm a stupid spoiled whore? Right. Please, Wendy. You're like class president and stuff. Yeah, and you get straight A's in school. You're not even spoiled because your parents give money to charity. You don't want to go to this party, Wendy. We're inviting all the boys, and we're going to play spin the bottle and 2 minutes in the closet and do ketamine. That's okay. Oh, please. Do you even know what ketamine is? Yes? See, you are too smart. Yeah, we have no idea what ketamine is. Sorry, Wendy. You're just not a whore. Get lost. Yeah.
Also, I just want to point out that... I'll point out
We
here in a
better start
second.
inviting boys to the party. Ooh, look, here comes Clyde.
Okay,
Party
so
at my
Cartman.
house tonight, Clyde. You're invited. I'd like a piece of that. I want to do him. Oh, yeah, here comes Kyle. Talk to me, kosher boy. I'd like to twizzle his pixie stick. Party at my house tonight, Kyle. Tweeka Jason, that'd be a great three-way. Yeah, they're invited, too. Jason has a huge bulge. You're gonna get it, boys. Now, here's what I'm talking about. A little midnight blue. Yeah, I'd like to wax his crankshaft. Be at Baby's house tonight at 7.
Cartman now. He tries to walk by.
Not a word.
Look, here comes Kevin. Hey, Kevin.
Even
party
Kevin
at my
Stoley,
house.
the Star Trek
I'd
nerd.
like to gargle his marbles. Yeah, you said it. See you there, Kev.
Cartman walks by again.
It would have been funny if they had Scott Malkinson.
Dude, there's Cartman. We should invite
Scott
him.
Malkinson.
Fuck you, Annie. Fuck you, baby.
Fuck you, Millie. Fuck you, Annie. Fuck you, baby. Fuck you, whatever your name is. And fuck you, bitch.
Bitch. Oh, that sucks. I think we've all probably in a time in our life not been invited to a party like that, and everyone else is getting invited, and you're like, what the fuck? Why didn't I get invited? Why am I not cool? I want to be cool. Leave me cool. All right, that being said, as you heard and as we saw, the boys are all gonna get in. You're getting invited to this sexual party, if you will. So now the parents come back and they basically tell Paris Hilton, look, we can't let Butters go for anything less than $250 million cash. And Butters is like, no. And I love you, Dad. Please don't sell me. And his dad's like, all right, I'll tell you what. If you can go out and raise the $250 million yourself, you can stay. And Butters like, how am I supposed to do that? And he's like, you work hard like a grandfather used to. We worked 12 hours out in the coal mine. So Butters just runs outside with the shovel and starts digging for coal as a distraction. Also at the same time, I guess I should also point out the fact that Butters does not get that money. So he eventually he's about to get sold. And as he gets in the car and leaves with Paris Hilton in the limo, he finds her dead animal book that she's taking pictures of every time the dog dies. I'm going to get a picture of you now before you die. Anything happens. Or before anything happens. And Butter's like, what's going to happen? He looks in the book, finds it. So he runs away. So now Paris Hilton basically says, no Mr. Biggles, no money. So now they're all chasing Butters. And while this is all going on, the party has now happened. Cartman tries to get in. He can't get in. He makes up all these names, or he thinks they're made up names. Heidi Finkelsterksen and all these different funny names, but they end up being real people. And Butters eventually this all comes to a conclusion as Butters eventually does charge into the party, running away from Paris Hilton, and then Paris Hilton comes in. And this is where things are going to get interesting. Because while this is going on, Wendy, as we mentioned, wasn't invited to the party. She had to invite somebody. She had to go to somewhere to get some advice. Joe, where did she have to go?
She went to the home. She went to the home of her teacher, the Garrisons. More Mr. and Mrs. Garrison. One of which to talk to, of course, the boyfriend, Mr. Slave.
That's right, Mr. Slave, Mr. Garrison's sexual lover, because she needs to get some advice from a real whore.
Actually, I'm here to talk to your boy. And she just says it so nonchalantly.
Mr. Slave, you're the most perverted, lewd, depraved slut I know.
Thank you, sweetie.
Can you teach me a secret fast?
Honey, I didn't work to become a whore. I was born a whore. I've been one ever since I can remember. Ever since I was a little boy, I seem to enjoy different things.
Mommy, I think I have a fever. Can you take my temperature?
Oh, Jesus.
Ooh, Jesus Christ.
Sticks a thermometer up his ass.
As I got older, I found that one boy was never enough.
Hey, there's that queer kid. Let's tackle him.
Hey, yeah, tackle the queer kid.
Yeah.
Let's show you. Queer
Yeah,
kid, come on.
Jesus Christ.
So you see, I can't make you into a whore, Wendy. But why would you want to be one anyway?
Because all the other girls are. They're having a huge sex party right now, and I'm not invited.
A what? For God's sake, where?
He's got the same abs as Satan.
So, as you heard there, now the conclusion is after Butters runs away and runs into the party, Wendy brings in Mr. Slave. And Mr. Slave starts to put down the fact that, Paris Hilton's a nobody. She's a wannabe whore, a hack. She's, nothing. Paris Hilton runs in, apparently after this, obviously looking for Butters, Mr. Biggles.
Mr. Biggles.
And she says, who the fuck are you? They go back and forth, and they decide to have a whore-off. She challenges him to a whore-off. And this turns into a big spectacle. Like, they've got the whole town there in South Park there. Everybody's there. There's, like, an old guy, and he's all, like, confused and shit. He's like, welcome to the first annual South Park whore-off. He's like, I don't even know how we can even really start this thing. And she's like, I'll show you how to start it. So anyway, so let's go to that clip here. And then this basically comes to the conclusion of the episode. So we'll just kind of let it play out, and you guys can listen to it here. There's only a couple minutes left.
The South Park Chamber of Commerce is pleased to bring you the first annual Who is the Biggest Whore Showdown.
Yeah! Mr. Slave has no idea what he's in for. Paris is gonna rock his world.
I'm not quite sure how we start this competition off, but
I'll show you how we start it off.
She starts making out with him. By the way, that was the mic from the episode of South Park, not from us. For the first time, that was not our
doing? He's just sitting there.
Give him time, Wendy. Give him time. Come on, Mr. Slave.
Back off! None of you losers are enough for me! Oh, yeah.
Wouldn't that actually hurt? Because
it's like hell because of the leaves on top.
Ta-da!
Yeah.
The pineapple. Oh. Unless she put some, like, coconut
she
oil.
didn't.
Maybe she didn't do that. Okay, now Mr. Slave stands up. He positions Harris. He doesn't even really do anything other than this. But this really sets it up to why he is.
Checks the wind. That's the best part.
Jesus. He takes off his pants here. He nice and neatly holds his penis and then jumps on Paris's head. And shoves Paris up her ass. While covering his private part the whole time. It was very, very polite of him to do that.
Very, very, very. That's Mr. Slave for you, you know.
Now that's a hole.
Mr. Kirsten.
Wow, I guess Paris isn't such hot shit after all.
So anyway, then he's going to scold the audience. Like, people, you should not be fucking applauding me. Like, the point of being a parent is to, like, shield your children from this, right? You're not supposed to fucking, like, let them want to become whores. That's the whole point of being good parents. And the fact that he became a whore is only due to the fact that he had a hard up life and a hard bringing, right? And he knew that he was a whore right from the beginning of his life. So it's not like something he was just, like, born into, or as far as, like, money-wise. His different type of whorism is different than the regular party whorism, right? Mm-hmm. And then, of course, we get a nice callback here at the end of the episode. For those who haven't checked out our previous episode with Lemmy Wings. Paris Hilton. We're going to get that call back here. So that's a nice way to cap this episode.
Oh my god, it's so gross!
And she's inside
Let me
Mr. Slave's
out of
ass.
here!
Frog King appears.
What the fuck is that?
Paris, you must find your way out of this place, or you will surely die.
Oh, yeah, probably die.
Make your way to the small intestine. There you will meet the Sparrow Prince, who can guide you to Catatafish. Now go, Paris Hilton. Make haste.
A great adventure is waiting for you ahead. Hurry onward, Paris Hilton, or you will soon be dead. The road ahead is full of danger and fright. Push onward, Paris Hilton, with all of your might. Paris Hilton!
Paris Hilton, Paris Hilton.
Paris Hilton! Paris Hilton, Paris Hilton, Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton, Paris Hilton, Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton, Paris Hilton, stupid hawk.
And that is your full recap on the episode. Guys, we'll be right back on the other side after a quick word from our sponsor. Subscribe to Suck My Balls, a South Park review on Spotify, Apple's, iTunes, anywhere you want to download a podcast. Just type that in, subscribe to our feed. You'll get the latest, greatest episode each and every week. You can also listen to us on YouTube and go back and watch some videos or any of our library. It's all there. Suck My Balls, South Park review. Hey guys, we just want to take this quick time out here just to recognize our sponsor. What's that? Well, who's our sponsor?
Baked Boys Club.
Baked Boys Club. TheBakedBoysClub.com.
The Baked Boys Club.
That's right, the Baked Boys Club. You can use our code SuckMyBallsPod and you'll save how much, Joe?
20 motherfucking percent.
20.
You heard it right.
20%.
20%.
That's right, 20%.
20.
That's 1/5 off your order just by typing in Suck My Balls Pod at thebakedboysclub.com. What does the Baked Boys Club have? Well, they've got hats, they've got shirts, they've got stickers, tons of different apparel. They've got mystery boxes, and if you use that code, according to Scoop, it brings it down to $49.95. So use Suck My Balls Pod code at thebakedboysclub.com. Baked Boys, not just a brand,
A lifestyle.
it's a lifestyle. That's right.
It's a lifestyle. I may have been too big to do that.
And we're back on the other side. Scoop, do you want to start us off with some goddamn trivia?
All right, let's do it. So as a running gag throughout the episode, Paris Hilton coughs up globs of semen onto her hand, as well as throwing up feces. Oh, so it was shit at the beginning of the episode. This was confirmed by Trey Parker in the DVD commentary. The commentary also states that this episode voiced the creator's contempt for Paris Hilton's whorish behavior, claiming that her promoters were not only telling little girls to laugh at her, but to be her. Furthermore, they asserted Hilton was ugly by calling her a total dog. Nice. Paris Hilton reacted to the episode by saying, I haven't seen it, but when people copy you, that's like the most flattering thing. So whatever people can say, I just laugh about it. It doesn't matter to me.
Stop it. You didn't do it correctly. You have to read it. I haven't seen it, but when people copy you, that's like the most flattering thing. So whatever. People can say, I just laugh about it, and it doesn't even matter to me.
Matt later commented on this by saying that shows just how fucked up she is. That's terrible that she's flattered by it. Got him. The gun that Paris Hilton's dog Tinkerbell used to kill himself is a Colt revolver. The commentary of South Park Greatest Hits, Matt Stone states that when making fun of celebrities, it's not personal, just ripping on the idea of celebrity itself. But that was the whole episode was. Pretty much fuck Paris Hilton. Jay Parker then says at the end of the comment, Paris Hilton, you are a dumb bitch.
The commentary for this episode is crazy.
I gotta get it. I have to get this one. Kyle and Kenny have no speaking roles in this episode. None whatsoever. Cartman does not know Red's name as
fuck you, whatever your name is, and fuck you, bitch.
I told him to say fuck you, whatever your name is. At the whore party, Stan seemed to be enjoying his counter with Red until she pinned him against an armchair. Jason also seemed to be able to tolerate the party, although he did look rather uncomfortable. The boy with C-cap was in a similar situation to Jason, looking very uncomfortable in a swimming pool with Sally and Heidi. Kenny could be seen running away from Annie at the back of the room.
And it's interesting, though, when they come out of the closet, when they go to the party, too, Clyde comes out, and he's like, he's holding his butt. Yeah. And then all these girls, I don't know what they're doing with these boys at this party, Joe. What's going on?
Complete depravity.
When Paris Hilton first finds Butters, she finds him cute because of the little hoofball. Before Butters was officially named, he was referred to as Puff Puff in storyboard.
Oh, interesting.
Well, that is pretty interesting. Annie's first name is revealed and finalized in this episode. Prior, she was called Jordan.
In conjoined fetus
lady.
So I remember that's from our first 2 seasons that we reviewed, and it's just funny. The song "My Conjoined Fetus Type Lady." They made that whole fetus lady song.
Timmy Birch and Jimmy Ballmer, Pip, Pirip, and
Pip.
Bradley Biggle. He's dead, right?
Pip hasn't died yet. No, he doesn't die till episode 200 with Mechavirus Tricin.
Oh, okay. Bradley Biggle were the only boys not seen at the stupid spoiled whore party. The scene of Mr. Slave swallowing Paris Hilton inside his butt during the horror-off was also used in video game South Park: The Stick of Truth.
Yep.
As a summon move for Mr. Slave, where the new kid summons Mr. Slave using his rawhide whip, and then he proceeds to swallow the enemy, except boss characters, on his butt. Similar to what he did to Paris Hilton in the episode, and ends with his muttered, "Jesus Christ."
So for those who've never played the game, throughout the game of South Park Stick of Truth, and eventually it happens as well in the Fractured Butthole, you can use these special over-the-power summons once a day in the game. So if you find the person who gives you the special power, then you can summon them once a day to take out a whole litany of all of your characters and enemies you fight, except on boss characters. You can't use these on boss characters.
First playthrough, I never used the summons.
I think I did just to try them at the end, but no, I didn't really use them in the capacity. But I just wanted to see what they were.
Didn't even try them.
Well, you get an achievement for doing it, so that's why I did it.
Probably should have done it. This episode marks the second time Butter's signature song, "I've Got Some Apples," is heard.
Lulu, I've got some apples. Lulu, you got some too. Lulu, let's take off our clothes and make some applesauce too. Anyway,
okay. This episode also marks the debut of Wendy's father, Mr. Testerberger, and Bebe's father, Mr. Stevens.
Yep.
This is the first episode where April Stewart voices Wendy Testerberger, replacing Eliza Schneider, as Stewart becomes the permanent voice actress for Wendy.
Yep. All right, Joe, you want to read some pop culture?
Sure. The Stupid Spoiled Horror video playset is made by Letcher Price, a parody of Fisher Price, which of course is a toy company that makes toys for toddlers.
That's right.
On the upper left-hand corner of the Stupid Spoiled Horror video playset box are 4 girls who are dressed like the dolls from the Bratz toy line Twerps. They would later appear on a poster in Margarine.
That's right.
The horror-off that takes place near the end of the episode is a reference to the walk-off scene in the 2001 movie Zoolander.
And Stellar.
Yeah,
movie.
The good movie, yeah. The logo for Stupid Spoiled Horror Store looks similar to Hello Kitty. The play money from the Stupid Spoiled Horror video playset resembles Monopoly money.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
While Butters is digging in the coal mine, he sings a song that resembles 16 tons, using a combination of the original lyrics and his own. You work 18 hours. What do you get? Your parents sell you the
Paris.
One day older and closer to death.
Right.
The scene where Cal is shown in night vision pretending to have sex and using her cell phone during this Stupid Spoiled Horror video playset commercial is a reference to the adult film One Night in Paris, which starred Paris Hilton.
He actually fucking made a film for it and released it. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Vivid Video paid a lot for it too.
Yeah.
That Rick Solomon or whatever his name is got paid. The image of Mr. Slave removing his pants at the horror-off while retaining the rest of his garments, leather, vest, cap, gloves, and boots, and covering his private part with only one hand is reminiscent of a famous poster of Glenn Hughes, who the character is heavily inspired upon.
Interesting.
And inside Bebe's house, the girls were all doing the Peanuts dance, which is a reference to a Charlie Brown Christmas.
All right, here's some continuity here to wrap this up. This episode is one of the few occasions Cartman shows interest in the opposite sex, as shown by his eagerness to be invited to the party. But we also noted it also could have been more of a popularity thing too. When me and Scoop were watching this, right? Because he sneaks in at the end. I think it was more like he just wanted to be able to say, "We talking about I was at that party too." You know what I mean? I don't know if he was necessarily into girls until he. I guess he ends up with Heidi, and eventually, fuck you, Heidi. That's funny. Eventually, later on down the line. This episode marks the second time the 4th grade female shown naked, being Cal, with the first time being in Bebe's Boobs Destroy Society, where Wendy Testerberger got breast implant surgery. This is the second time Mr. Slave stuck something up his ass, as we first referenced it, being Lemmy Winks, and that happened during the episode of the Death Camp of Tolerance. Paris Hilton managed to survive Mr. Slave's ass, having later appeared in Britney's new look, so we have to assume that the King Frog and the Katata fish were able to guide her out, as well as the salmon that did not, or the bass that did not go ass to mouth.
Katata fish's story will soon be told.
Anyway, Paris Hilton, as we mentioned, survived. She also appears slightly more noticeable role in the 200 and 201 episode, where she joins the celebrities to get revenge on the town of South Park. Paris is also drinking some Schmor's Schnapps, which that also appeared in the Red Badge of Gayness episode. Cordially yours, Eric T. Cartman. Butters wonders about Paris' private parts, showing childlike ignorance by saying about the squishy thing that lives in her pants. However, one would think he would understand, as we also referenced in previous episodes, he does know the precious from the Return of the Fellowship of the Ring to the Two Towers. He should know what his precious is. And then the last thing here is, after failing to be invited to the party, Cartman flips all the girls off in the same way he did to Stan, Kyle, and Tweak in Bebe's Boobs Destroy Society. Fuck you, Stan. Fuck you, Kyle. Fuck you, Kenny. Bebe, you're still cool. All right, so that was some of your references to continuity pop culture, as well as your trivia. Joe, what did you like about this episode?
The bagging on just the phenomenon that was just starting to rise then and has only since continued that since that point of people being famous just for being rich or for the sake of being famous and stuff, and it was taking a crack at that. I loved the Lemmy Winks callback and Mr. Slave just like, no, I am not what you motherfuckers should be aspiring to. It was that was all good stuff. There was a lot of cringe in it. Like every time I see Paris cough up, it like makes me like physically sick for just a split second.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm not saying this is a bad episode, but this is not an episode I ever like really come back and watch. Like, I'm not gonna be like, let me go watch the stupid spoiled horror episode. It's one of my favorite episodes of South Park. It's not. I can't say it. It's not a bad episode, but it's not an episode for me. Maybe because we lived it through. Maybe because we were from that generation as well, and we kind of like, we knew what the whole hubbub about the Paris Hilton thing when it happened. But
I liked it a lot more when I was younger.
I still wasn't even really a fan of it when I was younger. Just never really a big fan of this episode. What about you, Scoop?
It's not. It'll be like number 201 in my list, somewhere in there. It's not one that I particularly. I mean, the Butters arc is pretty funny. Cartman walking by the girls. Okay, that was kind of funny.
The end portion of the song is nice callback, but that's more fan service than actual like ha ha ha. It's like, oh,
right.
We know that we've showed you what happens when something gets jammed up Mr. Slave's ass, so let's do a reference to that.
I will say, it is a great episode in the fact that they completely destroy Paris Hilton.
That is true.
So there is that.
I guess I just never really liked Paris Hilton anyway, so it's not. But it wasn't like something. I don't know. I'm not the type of person that goes like, I'm gonna watch something because someone else made fun of them. If I just don't like it, you know what I mean? I'm just not gonna participate or watch your content or whatever it is. So I'll just move on with my life. So maybe that's why I'm never really like eager to go back and watch this episode. Not that it's a bad episode. Like I said, as we talked about the podcast, there's a lot of good funny parts, but it's not one that holds up as far as a top 100. You said top 200 for you. I would agree with that. What about you, Joe?
Bottom half, like, yeah.
That's fair though. I mean, it's not a bad episode. It's also not a great episode.
Good stuff. Good stuff. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for another edition.
Suck my balls.
Suck my balls. A South Park review. You can follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at Suck My Balls Pod. You can find us on Facebook at South Park Pod. You can also go to linktr.ee/South Park pod. Also, we'll put in our description, as I mentioned, as you might have heard at the top of the episode, our buddy Fernando Ufret, who did the intro and did the celebration song for us, has got a fundraiser going on right now. And in that fundraiser, if you donate to him, what he's doing is he's actually purchasing the cover rights to all the songs he's done in Cartman's voice, so that way people can download and buy it off the internet. So cool. Essentially monetizing his work, but as well as paying the artists for the cover rights to play those songs. So, those artists get paid, and then he probably makes a small little tiny profit off of it as well for producing and uploading, editing, and all that content for the covers he did. So that description will be in the link, or that link will be in the description below. And if you'd like to donate, go check him out on Twitter and on Facebook and on Instagram. Just look up Fernando Ufret. I'm sure you can just type in South Park singer on TikTok too, if you're a younger guy and use that, and his stuff will pop up. But yeah, if you can donate, that's awesome. He's not even trying to raise a lot. The last time I checked, it was only like $3,000. So like he was already halfway through his goal. So again, it's just about paying the royalty fees to like upload and to like distribute the song. So he's not trying to get rich off of it either, guys. So if you can, throw $1, a couple bucks, and you enjoy his renditions of Cartman singing, go check that out. Let's go over to my boy Scoop. What's going on in your world? How you doing? Scoop's about to go on. We're about to go on a brand new journey. Scoop's about to become rich in like a year. But he's starting school again, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Going to school?
Starting some school up again.
Oh, did I do something?
No, you're fine.
Oh, okay.
The music just shut off because it was only 30 seconds to drop.
Yeah, you got me when we were chilling that one day, man. You had me thinking like real hard for a couple days. And then I was looking at the program and I was like, you know what? Just gonna fucking do it. Just gonna fucking do it.
It's only $40 a month to start. Yeah.
Now I'm also gonna look into that boot camp thing because I had no idea about that either.
Yeah, we're talking about coding, by the way, for just if you're trying to pick up on what we're speaking about. I was telling Scoop about all the different job opportunities that are available right now in the tech field, and like through different programs like Google and even just coding boot camps, you can get trained and get into a good job, entry level field, anywhere from 60 to 80K to start, all the way up to 100K to start, right? Depending on the company. So we're looking into that because obviously we want to be more free in our lives, Joe. We want to just be able to like, hey, we're going to Colorado for the week. Let's record a bunch of episodes and we'll work, blah, blah.
Right.
Nice. So we're going to start that out. Well, speaking of you, Dirty J, how many things do you have to promote today?
I'm kind of taking a little bit of time off. Actually, I gotta take some me time. But June 12th, Primos will be celebrating Pride Month with Joan Jetson's big queer launch. You can get tickets for that at theroxydenver.com. It will be a all-inclusive show, for the lack of a better term, and gonna be a lot of it'll be a good night of wrestling.
Joe, I saw you at the last show video. I was impressed. I was actually gonna message you because I was first I was appalled because I know what your normal job is. You're a ring announcer. So I watched you come out onto a stage when another wrestler was coming out, and I didn't see you in proper like ring attire, and I was like, this lazy piece of shit fucking showed up to a wrestling show. He can't even put on a fucking suit. But then I realized you were holding a camera, so I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. He's doing cameraman right now. Okay, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened.
Goddamn suit anymore.
That's what happens when you run a show and 2 of your cameramen no call, no show on you.
Well, if you just came out to Arizona, you wouldn't have that problem. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for another edition of Shuck My Balls. We'll be back next week with Cartman's incredible gift as he sees visions into the future. And I think his future looks sweet. What about you?